My name is Byron Edwards. I'm a runner and I also am a new media strategist. I grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia. I spent about 17 years down here. That led me to college after I graduated from Western Branch High School, went up to George Mason University in Fairfax. That's where I studied public relations. And from that, I ended up leaving to go to New York. So how Chesapeake helped me or my childhood, because I was a normal kid. I didn't really do anything spectacular. Just always I could say that I was a good student. So I was a good student. I really didn't like to do much else besides just study, do good in school. That was the one thing my mom always made sure I did. So I focused a lot on that because I felt like I had to go to college. And it was the one thing it was the only thing I knew what to do. It was like, what are you going to do next? I was like, I'm just going to go to college and figure it out from there. All right, currently, I am a social media manager for a company called Cure Music, a streaming app. I have been doing PR. I studied PR in college. I worked at BET for about 5 years. After that, I decided that I started doing freelance social media projects. So I realized that I liked PR, but I liked doing things online. It was the new wave, how people were consuming information. I liked how quickly the turnaround was. So I started just using my own account, just tweeting about things until I had the opportunity to work on some larger accounts, which led me to my company now. I think I like the celebrity aspect of it. I always just like seeing celebrities. When I was younger, I used to like watch TVs and read magazines, and I just always wanted to be a part of that mix. I never really liked being on camera, so I always wanted to be behind the scenes. I thought I was going to be the next Diddy or the next Jay-Z, so I used to tell people I was going to be a mogul. So working at entertainment companies just kind of made me excited. So I decided to go into PR. I studied communications in college, so it was a easy transition to go from communications to a career in public relations. I'm a huge Lionel Ritchie fan. So at the 2014 BET Awards, I actually got to meet him and talk to him. So it was a good experience. My whole team was like on board with it and behind it. So we kind of mapped out where he was going to be. Like he was going to be backstage at this time. So the stars aligned, and I ended up just being right at where I was supposed to be at the right time. So I got to meet Lionel Ritchie. That's probably my greatest memory of all time. Biggest challenges, I would say that there's so many people wanting to do the same thing. I moved to New York in 2008, right after college, and I felt like it was just a million me's. It was everybody doing the same thing. I felt like in 2008, at that time, if you were in New York, you were either a publicist, you were a stylist, or you were a photographer, and everybody was touting the same credits. Everybody was doing the same thing. So the hard part was just making a way for yourself and meeting the right people and knowing what opportunities were for you and which ones were for other people. Keys to success, like Khaled said, is lions, of course, always lions. But keys to success, I'm a hard worker. If I show up in a room, I want to make sure that everybody knows that Byron is not here to play or to take pictures with celebrities or be a groupie. Like, I just always wanted to work. I liked working more than I liked anything else. I never really cared about being in some of the rooms that I was in if I wasn't working doing it. I never just wanted to go to the party. I would always go to the party and be like, what do you need help with? Or I see that you could be doing this. Like, let me help set that up for you. Let me help figure it out. So I think that my key to success is just work hard. If you work hard, other people will notice, and you can go into any room and do anything that you want to do with hard work. Intern, volunteer, and work hard. A lot of the opportunities that come in entertainment, people are going to do it for free on all levels because they want to be next to that entertainer. So the key is to kind of just intern and soak up as much knowledge and as much work as you can with people doing what you want to do. I volunteered with BET for about 2 years before I got a job. I was called a PR assistant, and that's now called a red carpet escort. But at the time, I was a PR assistant, and every award show I would volunteer and show up, which caught the eyes of my now boss, who was like, this kid is always here. He travels, he'll work. Eventually, they got around to offering me a position, which was freelance at the time, and 3 months turned into 6 months, and then 5 years later, I was still there working. So in February, I'll be a certified run coach, and through through my experiences working in entertainment, I realized that it wasn't necessarily my passion, but the one thing that helped me through it all was running. It's such a stressful industry that running is not only for weight loss and not only for just physical health. I think it does a lot with emotional health as well. So I want to introduce people who want to become runners into just running for other reasons and running for yourself. So I just wanted people to say that he was honest, he was truthful, and he worked hard. Entertainment industry is probably one of the toughest. It's one of the messiest. It's dirty. People are petty. So I want people to just know that you don't have to fall into that. You don't have to fall into that lane. You don't have to take pictures with celebrities in order to be considered a hard worker. You can just do your job. Like if God has given you a gift, then focus on your gift and you'll get the shine that you need from that. It's not going to come from any other quick ways, Instagram and social media and likes. That's a plus, but it's not how you get to where you need to be. So